good people? How you doing? Welcome to the Coffee Talk with the Grandpa watching here at Younib TV. You know what, people? We are ever the best. And you know what? Last Sunday, we had a great conversation with a filmmaker. And thanks for your amazing support. And you know what, good people? As you keep saying, this is a place where the conversation starts but never ends. If you look at the filming industry, some things have taken some stage. And you know what? In that week, we lost one of the greatest TikToker, and I loved watching him. Every night, I used to log into TikTok just to watch his saying, what his thoughts were. There's a time he disappeared, came back, and I thought, do men really talk? Are we understanding the social media game? Welcome to the show. Grab your cup of coffee, and you know what, good people? Today we shall be having a psychologist, Miss Charity Wambui. Mambo vipi?
Salama sana.
How you doing?
I'm well. Yeah.
Uko fiti?
Kabisa.
Unapanga social media?
Yeah. Lakini nje tunakwanga hivi tu pole.
You're those people who you peruse through.
No, we don't peruse. We go through it. It's just that we don't
comment.
We don't comment.
And we don't update. Sometimes you really want to comment, but you sit and think the misconception. And the message that it will send, the receiver, how will the receiver take the information? Kwanza, about misconception, there is one topic before we go further, please introduce yourself.
Hi, good people. My name is Charity Wambui Karanja. I'm a counseling psychologist, and I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah. Now, talking about misconception, there is a good girlfriend in this studio by the name Miss Gatu. And there's a time we had a conversation with her, and I asked her, I was just trying to pick up about 21st century. I can remember Grandpa, we're at an age where Grandpa has a soulmate. That means you are dating with her. Then there is another lady X with a soulmate. So they are dating. No. Grandpa is with his soulmate. So we are together. Right? So you are boyfriend, girlfriend. Love, romantic love. Then Grandpa has a bestie. Then this Grandpa doesn't give 100% of emotion to this lady.
To the girlfriend.
Yes. So I have 20% of emotion given to the
bestie.
And the same as the other side. Charity, what is happening in this?
On that, I also think age is a contributing factor. Because when it comes to besties, grandpa, like there's a certain age that they do not know what they want. They do not know what kind of a man someone wants. So Kitambo, during our times, would say, you will kiss many frogs before you get to the right person. So I think it's just the same thing that is happening with them. It's just them, they do not have the patience to focus on one person and making one person a better person.
We want refined.
We want someone mwenye ashakuwa refined by another person.
Wow. That's deep. Ms. Gatu, you've got your answer. And now, talking about social media, I won't cheat you. I loved Brian Chira, and may his soul rest in peace. And I loved the way he would address issues, but I was concerned that the more he talked, none of us, when we were studying, reading and comprehending. We will hear, but we are not comprehending. What's your? I'm sure you are much into Facebook.
Yeah.
Like me. When nimeingia TikTok, it's a different world. It's
very different.
From where you sit as a psychologist, what's your general view of social media and the way we've taken it as Africans or as Kenyan?
My take, me as Charity, social media is the best platform.
Yes.
but most of us have decided or have taken upon ourselves to abuse the social media. Even those people who are using the social media, like for example, I just told you I'm not really active. So meaning, in case grandpa posts something, me as backbencher, I have an expectation towards grandpa. Simply because uko on social media, I have already set a pace for you. I have already set a class for you. For example, sisi tumegroya Kangemi. So if nitaingia na wewe kwa mat, nitaanza kukwambia haya, una make it kwa social media na unaingia kwa mat na mimi, kwani what is happening? Kwani do yako unapeleka wapi? You see, so me as Charity tunaanza ku bring those people down, forgetting apart from them being kwa social media ama in the limelight, they are still human beings just like anyone else. If today I decide to go buy food, please let them be. We have so much, the society has so much expectation, and we have set a class for them. Not even them setting a class for themselves. We have set a class for them, which also contributes to why most of them are getting depressed, because they will start living a life that is not theirs.
Wow. Where? You know, like the way the cowboys shoot from, ta-da! That's just what you've done. Shoot from the hip. Because I tend to think, the way you're saying, someone, with that a very good example. Tumekuwa nayo from Kangemi, went to the same schools, then we meet in the matatu, and you're like, boss, see, you don't know Kagari. I usually ask people, mbona hujanunua?
Kwani sasa wewe, especially you with this look, unatuchanganya huku nje.
Na mimi naingia sasa naanzia to do what Charity expects. Is it that we are not, our mental health then starts from that point, sasa?
Mental health starts from that point. Where we do not want to live our own lives. We have let other people to define our lives. Like for example, and I will keep on using you because when nikikutumia, hauna hard feelings. So normally, when I look at grandpa, I have set niko na my own expectations. Maybe at the back of my mind, I always think, anyone mwenye ako na beards, with all these looks, ako masculinity hivi, I expect him akwe kwa gari poa and stuff like that. But by the end of the day, what can grandpa do? So if grandpa wants to win Charity, afadhali aende aibe, ama to just look for ways to make quick money so that he might please me. So that he might have a sense of belonging, like I'm calling shots in that society. Yes. And
this time it's, is it me who have triggered the thought, or it's you who have triggered the thoughts?
It's a two-way traffic. You might have triggered the thoughts. I might have triggered the thoughts. How will you trigger the thoughts? If you give me if you come and you portray someone that you're not.
Of which sasa in your eco TikTok in the social media. Wow.
But remember, there are still other people who are really making it kwa social media, kwa TikTok, because they have chosen to live their lives.
And there's this, because I hate being on the other side of the law. Let's go for a break, come back, because I have noted a way people are flashing out things, especially men. What is it that goes through their mind? Let's go for a break, come back and continue with this great conversation. This is the Coffee Talk here at Younib TV. know what, good folks? This is the Coffee Talk, and I, one and only the grandpa. How do you merge motherhood with all this? At what point do you get time with your daughter?
I have to say, motherhood is bittersweet.
Welcome to the Younib TV.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sage himself.
Nini unaweza angalia useme ulifanya impact moja, let's say kama Kangeni, kama ni hapo Parklands, nakumbuka kuna time tuliekanga show moja ikajaa. And today in our coffee talk, as we enjoy our cup of coffee and unwinding the evening, there is a difference between being a cheater
and a liar. Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference, there is a thin line between a cheater and a liar.
Very good, people. This has been the Coffee Talk Show with I think Grandpa. And you know what, good people? Life has solutions. It's only that we do not speak. And if we do, we fear. We have solutions. But sometimes when we get these solutions are distorted. Keep it here at Coffee Talk, where the conversation starts and never ends. Join me every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. for great conversation here at the Coffee Talk. Younib TV. I want the best.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome, welcome back to the Coffee Talk with the Grandpa. Over the off-camera conversation, we've had to look at different people, and TikTok it's one amazing app. Kwanza, when handled by Kenyans, I think we either exaggerate or we hit low. Hatujuangi kuwa pa katikati, and there is. And the reason why I'm talking about men is because I've noticed if there are ladies wanafanya a really great content. Wanaume sijui kwenye shida iko. Because let me pick an example. Like the social media, there's pattern that people do. Right now, the young boys are into Forex. So there's this one guy. He's always showing flashy things. iPhone 14, I don't know what. Yesterday he had an Audi car. Then he tells us it's a Lamborghini as if you're stupid. What is he lacking, or what agenda are the people trying to push?
I think when it comes to social media, maturity is also another aspect, because we will keep on comparing different age groups and different people who have been in the media and we totally know nothing about their private life.
Sure.
You might think that when you're doing all those sorts of things, you're showing us the flashy phones and stuff like that, that is the time that you will get many likes.
Yes.
You will sell more. But by the end of the day, if they are not yours, what happens to your mental health?
Yeah.
No, assuming, look at it like this. Assuming nimekukopa. Ama maybe like just the way we do car hire. Assuming you have such a business, I will come to Grandpa nimwambie, I have a show, I need to do ABCD. Kindly, let me give you 10,000, give me this phone today and tomorrow. Then nitaleta. You see?
Yeah.
Then I will be there all over social media. I will get 1,000 likes. I will get everything. But by the end of the day, what happens to me as a man, as a person, as a brother, as a son, what happens to me?
Now, what does that do to your brain?
Definitely, it will lead to depression. Because I have an expectation. Remember, you have set your own standards. So, assuming we meet on the streets, nione ile kiatu umevaa, ama niangalile phone umetoa ni a cheap phone, I will be like, hey? So, I'm saying, we will stand.
Or even a cologne.
Yeah.
Rich people smell in a different way.
I will stand and nianze kukudiscuss. So, alikuwa amefanya sijui nini. Then what happens? Your self-esteem goes low.
There's something you've said. Tell us what, naona unakanga hivi, tukiongea na yeye nimekosa 200 ya lunch, nakwambia I'm depressed. From a psychologist profession, what is depression? From where you sit.
Depression.
What is it?
Imagine just having low self-esteem. But it escalates to depression because the things that we keep on accumulating, and we don't talk about them. So what happens? It bursts out. It's just like water, the way we can put water hapa, leo imefika hapa, kesho tena we add water na pilipili na lemon, so it keeps on piling and piling and piling. So when you don't deal with things, definitely they will lead to depression. It will just be too much for you to handle.
So if a parent, you're outside, you're watching this TV, what you're saying to me is, if I see my son or my daughter behaving in a way they want to look posh, or they want to look sophisticated, mtoto ni unique. Kuna ka pressure tu anajiekea.
Unaanza ku tone down as a parent.
How do they do it? Or rather, how can you advise that?
Normally what happens, most people might disagree, but this is my perception. I am a parent.
Yeah.
And I once bought my son a tablet. Later I asked him, why do you have a tablet? What is it for? Because I noticed he's not using it for the purpose that he was supposed to use it.
Oh, he's the one who requested for it.
Yes. And I just decided, let me just buy. Nimpime tu, my friend. Right now in my house, no tablet, no phone until you're 18.
Why?
Why? Mbona.
Yes.
Watch hata sasa phones. In my house, no TV Monday to Thursday.
But you have a TV.
It is there. It is not their TV. And that is one thing that I have made it clear to them. That unajua hii TV, I didn't buy it with your own. See yetu. It is mine. I bought it with my own money. Even when he wants to use my phone to call someone, he has to request, kindly, ma'am, can I use your phone to call so-and-so? I need to tell him or her that. And you will not call your friends. No. Let them know you don't have a phone. So either akutresie shule ama mkiwa church. Because I realized I will perpetuate a behavior that I will not be able to handle later.
Which behavior is this?
So he used to, most of the time.
You know, my son is 5 years old, and I think since he was 2, I got him an iPad. He broke. I got him another iPad. He broke, and I got him another iPad.
Sawa daddy mado.
What's the effect?
So the effect is most of the time,
yes,
he was on his phone. Ama kwa hiyo tablet most of the time. You call him, ako like, no. That one, no. Because the much time they are spending kwa hiyo iPad, this person will not even know how to mingle with other people. atalack hata social skills. Because unapata siku hizi, I don't know if you go to church, ama if not even in church, in functions, ati most kids they're not playing. You see the way us would go and play serious playing. Ile tukikimbia tuna ring hadi bells za watu and stuff like that. Siku hizi those kids don't have that. They're just seated very well, busy cartoons, sijui doing what. So they will definitely lack the social skills.
Fast forward, then I'll come back. Could it be that when it comes to social media, I'm a big fan of Facebook. And there's a group I follow on social media. And they pay for advertising, like you want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, you pay that lady. And they'll say, I've noticed the ladies are saying, be a great conversationist. Could it be that women are feeling the effect?
We want people who communicate, people to talk to. Not when you come in that house, ama when we are dating, you're busy on your phone. You know, there is listening and there is active listening.
What is also the
like now, I will be talking to grandpa na yako busy tu kwa phone. I mean, I feel I am not attended to as a woman. And I want attention. And I'm talking to you, look at me, and we just have a conversation. I want kuna ile ka attention that we really need. And when we get that, life becomes very smooth. But nikikuongelesha you're busy on your phone, I feel that I am not being attended to. Basically, I'm sure you've noticed by now, me as Charity, the way we have our conversations, most of the time, even when I'm having coffee, I am not on my phone.
Yes.
And you've ever noticed I don't keep my phone heavy, ikiangalia juu.
You put the other.
I put the other way. Why? Because I need to give you that quality time. If I cannot give you that quality time as my friend, how do you expect me? How do I expect you to know how to give other people quality time? If you felt that you had other better business to do with your phone,
you wouldn't.
We wouldn't be there.
And talking about even the social media, could you think it's a distraction? For example, if you go to Java, we've gone for a date, you find that someone is you're like TikTok here has funny things, so I'll be like
by the way, for me that's a total piece. By the way, that is not right. We need to just have, how well do I put it? We just need to have good manners. When you're talking with someone, mpatie to that quality time, because TikTok, it's not going anywhere. By the end of the day, you will still sit down and catch up.
So what I'm hearing you're saying is there is a great disconnect in terms of the behavioral pattern of we are millennials. Then there is another generation, Generation Z.
Gen Z.
Yes, Gen Z, my goodness. Then the other day I was talking to another friend of mine and she was like, Grandpa, you are a real grandpa. We are past the two. There's another one called the Alpha Generation. We have now your son is an Alpha. Atakwambia, Mom, I'm not doing it. And these are the reasons that. Do you think social media has played a role in this? Because I'm finding, as much as to advance, the more we are losing our culture.
As much as social media is advancing, parenting is also another contributing factor to Alpha. My son yako kwa Alpha. Ndio?
Yeah.
Because as much as we're introducing them to social media, we need to have a conversation. At what age? Parents are different. For me, I feel it is not the right time for him to be exposed kwa social media. Because maybe him, grow up, he wouldn't want to be in the limelight. But now you see, when we start putting our kids into social media, we've already given them we've already set a pace for them. And maybe for them, hapo hawako. They are not
putting
there.
A pressure that they
cannot handle. This is just a quiet kid. Like I have my son is outgoing. My daughter is just the quiet girl. So assuming I use my daughter most of the time on social media, how will she feel later when I'm not even there? She will start blaming her mother and say, Akikasi ma, mi singekuwa na hizi stress the social media. I don't understand even why she had to do all this. So if it is you as a parent, you feel you want to be in the social media, you want to do your own stuff, kindly do your own stuff without influencing the kids.
So, for example, the way I'm in the social media, so I get a child. My son, I never opened a page for him, and I will never do that because I feel the shoes that I'm wearing, they might be too big for him for now. Do you think it will have been a danger if I told myself, acha nimweke page, I put his photos and all that? Do you think pia shule itakuwa shida kumtafutia? Because I'll have to look for a high-end school. When you understand who you need. Do you think it has brought a social breakdown?
Yes, it has. And when you're talking about this, we also have to know there are other people who are very comfortable with posting their kids on social media, having accounts for them, and they are okay them going to a particular school and stuff like that, which is okay, and we respect that. But for this other person, monyata mtoto hajielewi. No.
I get where you're coming. Let me give it a good example. Yo nijibu vizuri. So grandpa is in the media, so I'm known. So if I put up a page right now for my son, I'm sure it'll chap 1,000. Okay. You're also in the media, but you are in a silent profession. You're not as going as me. But tumeka mtoto wako pia amepata 1,000. Na mimi, let's say niko na pesa ya kumpeleka to a better school where people can relate with him. Wewe wako hayuko kwa amenda kwa public. Do you think it will cause social issues for him vis-a-vis my son?
Yes, definitely it will. And when you were starting, there is a point that we said, if you are okay, you being kwa limelight as grandpa, don't drag other people into it. Don't drag other people into it. Wewe ka huko peke yako. It might look like maybe we are old age, but I also feel important to have conversations with our kids. Would you be comfortable having an account? Unaona? But a 5-year-old hakuna kitu anajua, so it is your influence that itakuwa make yeye akwe kwa social media a place that maybe he will not have a sense of belonging. And assuming maybe we've already said that, umempeleka to that good school and stuff like that. Assuming your pesa umekuwa nayo siku moja, it reduces.
Wow. You know what, good people? Listening to Charity, there is literally whatever I had said today, I'm just trying to see what I can pick, because I think we are in a messed state and we have to get a direction. And having dealt with the social media, we shall come back and deal with that topic that we have started, the men. Where are we in this social media space? Are we there to showcase something positive, or just to prove our boisterous ego to the world? This is a Coffee Talk, and I, the Grandpa. Let's take a break, come back, and continue the conversation. know what, good folks? This is the Coffee Talk, and I, one and only the grandpa. How do you merge motherhood with all this? At what point do you get time with your daughter?
I have to say, motherhood is bittersweet.
Welcome to the Younib TV.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sage himself. Unaona?
Nini unaweza angalia useme ulifanya impact moja, let's say kangeni kama ni hapo Parklands, nakumbuka kuna time tuliekanga show moja ikajaa. And today in our coffee talk, as we enjoy our cup of coffee and unwinding the evening, there is a difference between being a cheater
And a liar. Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference, there is a thin line between a cheater and a liar.
Very good, people. This has been the Coffee Talk Show with the grandpa. And you know what, good people? Life has solutions. It's only that we do not speak. And if we do, we fear. We have solutions. But sometimes when we get these solutions are distorted. Keep it here at Coffee Talk, where the conversation starts and never ends. Join me every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. for great conversation here at the Coffee Talk. Younib TV. I want the best.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back to the Coffee Talk. This is the grandpa. And you know what, good people, as Arion had started the conversation, we are looking at men and mental health, social media, then the way they do things. Is it that tukikama hapa mbele ya TV or once we hold our phones, our tablets, when you know the camera is on us, are we hiding? Are we hiding, Charity?
Are you hiding? Your grandpa, are you hiding?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most men will want to hide. And where would they want to hide? Let me take you back. As we were growing up, there's this saying that I used to hear my brothers being told, wewe, kaka mwanaume.
Yani kuwa kaa ngumu.
Kaa ngumu kama nini?
Kama
mwanaume, si ndio?
Yes.
So you can imagine, kama walikuwa naambiwa hivyo while they were still young, what do we expect even now? They will still grow with that hardcore. Like you'd be told, yeah. How can I beat you and you cry? Mwanaume haliangi. Who said so?
Wow.
Imagine when you feel that you really want to cry and you can't cry. What happens? Those tears go back. They keep on piling and piling and piling. So ila siku utalia excessively.
So when you're saying the tears go back, we are talking now the pain.
The pain goes back. Exactly. The pain goes back.
Wow.
And it doesn't mean that when you cry, you become lesser of a man. You're still a man. We do not take your manhood away. You become more stronger because you will have dealt with that pain that is triggering the cry.
And that's why we have like the introduction. You see the way we have feminicity. I've noticed that there is a good crop of people and led by our chairman, and I love him, Andrew Kibe. He's brought some masculinity to where we were those days. Do you think also like people like those also they have one day on a letter the masculinity? Yes, in a good way. No, they're bringing it in the way they know how, but now in a harming way, if I would say so. Do you think they will become when you're too mesema? Come on, because I feel like men have become a little bit soft, or even more soft.
Soft. I don't know. Why? We can't say all of them are soft.
Kama unasema tulikuwa tunaambia tukae kangumu. It was these parents dealt with our mental frame. You get? For example, I'll give you a good example. We went to Wambui.
Taka niliambiwa watu nilienda Msongani.
And was it your granny or your auntie?
My auntie
used to teach you. But hakukuwa favorism.
I think when it came to discipline,
she was straight, sindio? But sisi tunaogopa wewe ni mtoto wa. So the child is no longer communal. Because I came to learn, she even taught my dad. You get? So when she was disciplining me, I go and niambia, wewe niko nagonga baba yako, wewe sasa nitagonga proper. Tukienda Rorie, kutoa ile clay soil.
Watiti.
We will pull it out. Kama ni dema nakwambia, gosh, nifanyie tu. And we will put the hard work. If it's washing of classes, there were clear roles. Sisi tunaendea maji kwa mfereji na buckets, tunamwaga. Do you think those roles should come back?
Yes, they ought to come back. Why? Because there's a place I went to visit. Sorry for my bad manners of looking at the slightest things. So even if I come to your house, I will know I'm coming to a house that has kids. Ama has a child.
Yes.
So when we were just there, and the kid was very busy, tukamaliza, we had dinner by the way. But huyo mtoto, the boy was told, usitoe hizo plates hapo. Let your sister come and remove them. Hey. Then my son, because he doesn't know how to keep quiet, akauliza, haya, huku kwani you don't remove plates from the table if you come to our house?
It's a must.
It is a must. Hakuna ati this is for girls, this is for boys. We are all equal when it comes to those tasks. All of us should learn how to do them. Because, I mean, when you clean your own shoes and you wear them, how do you feel? You feel okay, very comfortable in clean shoes. So you do not expect someone else to come and clean up your messes, no.
And let's say like the way your son, he knows there is no telly, there is no phone. Don't you think also in the 21st century, atakwambia, Mom, I'm also stressed because if my friends can discuss a particular program and I'm not watching, like these soaps, you hear some young girls speaking about it. How do you deal with that?
But it has been a struggle. But number one, we always have to have a discussion. And I will ensure that I tell him the do's and don'ts. Because like now, most soaps, let us be very honest, most of them wanna bring up those scenarios even for like admiring girls or boys and stuff like that. Kutafika 2 episode, they will start either kissing or something. So what am I telling my son? That it is okay to peck another girl?
Let's play it. Let me be the devil's advocate here. I'm sure you remember this magazine called Drum. There was nothing naughty about it, but we never read it. I'm sure we kuja kusoma either ukiwa form
2 by the way.
Kuendelea hata wengine maybe hata form 4. The Bold and the Beautiful.
You ulikuwa na watch, watch.
But later on I watched, I was like, what was wrong with this thing?
But your parent felt that it was not right at that particular time. Right now, Ngasha, you can watch it because grow up, you know what to pick.
Yeah.
But every program yenye mtoi ana watch, there's something that kid has to pick up.
Wow.
Assuming today we are watching about gangsters. Mtoi wako decide kwa naongea gangster, my friend, alafu aende shule ongelesha mwalimu vile anafikiria. You see, that was not your intention. That was not your intention.
So you're saying us making mistake, we made mistake because we know it's a mistake that we are doing.
Yes.
I say certain kitu inasaidia. Wow. And that's where we've gone wrong.
Yes.
Because actually, and today in the morning I was asking you, how come we have too many breakups? And actually, Juzi, I met a friend of mine, she's called Njoki. She's a CEO, she does mambo ya kupika pika hivi, and cleaning services. And I asked her, what's not happening in the world? And the reason why I'm passionate about these young people, ni ati they know how to express themselves.
Yeah.
But sasa nilikuwa namwambia, as you are being told, even touching you like this,
it was wrong.
It was wrong. I don't have a ball. You get pregnant. Right now, they are telling you, Kwanza, you bring the game.
But it made us maintain respect.
Yes.
The same respect that sahi mimi na wewe tunaweza tukajivunia. I don't know if it's making sense to you.
Yes.
Because we never did anything that will make me feel like this guy used me.
But don't you feel, Pia, at this age and time, you see, Charity, tukiwa shule mtu nyinyi, I think you're close because nafika huku, si ndio? So you are not enticed by the thighs and all that. Don't you think also the girls and the social media, they're also enhancing men to be crazy in terms, go, naona sijui, and I hope your son bado hajafika high school.
Bado.
One day kuja pa tea room. Look at the way those kids waingia hizo gari tu wakiingia. Utapata wamekaa kijana, msichana, and it's very intentional.
Na zile uniform wametoka nazo shule, they change along the way. Tuseme nasomea mashambani before now I reach to our town, nita change that uniform.
I wear to home clothes.
No, not to home clothes.
Oh, yeah, the same uniform.
The same uniform, but shorter.
Jesus Christ.
So, I also keep on saying that parenting na stories za shule na correlate na walimu, they have to go hand in hand.
Now, in such a space, you as a profession, do schools come to you and tell you, this is what you are going through? Like on the opening day, orientation days?
Most schools, it depends with schools. I will talk about where my son or where our kids, my sister's kids, where they go to school. Because I also go for their forums. Apparently, my nephew told the teacher, mimi nikifanya makosa, usiwahi ambia auntie yangu, you'd rather call my mom.
Why?
Because mimi, we don't postpone. Umekosea, we will talk about it there and that's it.
Wow.
And the other day in church, our reverend was talking about the way they were brought up, the African mom. Then my son and the cousin whispered, African mom. Why? So I really wanted to know, why are you guys calling me an African mom?
Oh, did they know Meskia?
Yes. Now wakaniangalia vizuri sana. So they told me, now we want to tell you the difference of you and other mothers.
So opportunity.
Yes. You were too strict. I am like too strict. Like, in what ways? You don't allow us to go for sleepovers, and I will not allow. We had to talk about it because I wouldn't want them to feel like I am too harsh on them. So the reason as to why now I needed to know, why are you saying I'm an African mom? Because you don't allow us to go for sleepovers. Even if we go for parties, there's ikifika a certain time we have to go back home and stuff like that. And I had to explain to them my fears about them going for sleepovers. I am sorry to say this, but most of us, most of the kids, get abused by the people they love, by our relatives, by our family, by our friends. So mimi kama wewe si uncle ya mtoi wangu, I will not sit and lie to tell my son, huyu anitango uncle fulani. No, you are not our uncle.
Abuni, also help me from there. Now I need your help. I have my best friend. Paul Mbogo is my good friend. Zusa, Dr. Willie is my good friend. How do I introduce my son to them?
You see now, you're too close with them.
Yes.
Yes, they're your friends.
Yes.
And these are people that you have walked with. It's a journey that you've been with. These are people you understand, their habits, their traits and stuff like that. If you feel comfortable telling your son that huyu ni uncle yako, it is okay. But huyu uncle, tunafaa ku go to what extent? Let us set limits.
Wow. Okay. Leave this alone. Let's say I'm just a schoolmate. You're not as close as... You're just a schoolmate. Nothing much about it. How would you introduce your son to me?
Hi, Johans. This is Nash. We used to school together. He was my friend, and us guys are still friends.
Oh, so you don't go to make the bond of uncle and all that? Because what you said is very true. And by the way, I'm a big champion of men agenda, having that a lot of these young boys unasikia hata ni auntie, auntie si hata si auntie, ni auntie wa distance. So you make a lot of sense. You make a lot of sense. And now, to where you are, you have too many questions of which I'll call you for another show. I think on a monthly basis I'll be needing you here because we need to have this conversation. What are the trends are you looking at 2024 in terms of schools, these churches, companies? Nowadays watu wanafutwa asubuhi, mchana, usiku. Nimeenda kwa company, I've found a young girl, have messed her, a young girl, wameingia kwa parties. What are some of the trends are you looking at on social media and also off media?
Well, that's a broad one, eh? And basically, I really love, I am not biased, I really love Boychild, and I am so passionate about Boychild. Why? Because I feel that as a society, we've neglected the boy child. A random check. We have so many organizations dealing with teenage pregnancy. There's companies that will come and issue pads, forgetting about this boy. As this girl starts, gets pregnant, who impregnates this girl? It's just a man, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have neglected the boy child. And I'm looking for ways and channels that we can empower our boy child to be stable, just like the girl child. No wonder squeeze unapata most ladies, they have a say in the society than men. So we need to empower them, not saivle osha zeeka hivi. We need to start at a tender age. And we need to also have positive talks to these boys. Sometimes they will not speak up because their fathers, they never spoke. So they don't know how to listen to these boys.
Yeah.
We're also looking in terms of mentorship. Today we discussed about the transition Most boys will not understand what is this transition. Why? After class 8, mnafaa kwenda jandoni. You do not understand what is happening. So we need people that can stand in the gap and mentor our boys. We need to know when we go for circumcision, what is that? We've taken it ni kama tu kitu ya kawaida. Me, I believe it's not kitu ya kawaida. It's another level of growth, and it comes with its own challenges. We need to talk about it. As much as churches wanachukua watoto wanaenda wanawacircumcise, so much about Christianity, but we are forgetting we haven't dealt with the inner person.
Wow.
Until we deal with the inner person, that is when our boys will man up and take up their responsibility.
That has been a great conversation. And you know what? By the way, tell us your company, how we can find you. If you have your official number, unaweza tupatia. Tukufuate wapi?
My company is called Mind Space Therapy. We deal with the mind. And we are located at Townhouse, 5th floor, suite 502. You can reach me via email, wamboyk9@gmail.com. You can get me via my phone, which is 0723 378583. Phone calls 8 to 4:30.
Man, it has been a great conversation. This is the coffee talk, and you know what? Let's keep the conversation going. Are you also there and maybe you'd like to get a clarity of mind in terms of you want to help your son or your daughter become a better person? Reach out to charity. They'll help you journey with you and get your mental frame right. Folks, goodbye. God bless you. And you know what? Keep safe.